Hi guys, so good afternoon and welcome to your Easy Reading 1 Rationalization. So this will be followed by your Easy Reading 2. Our Rationalization live meeting will be happening at around 10 o'clock December 17, Friday. Okay, so that will be tomorrow. So I want everyone to get their copies of the test booklet as well as the answer key. So let us check the first part, the environmental effects of offshore drilling. So question number 15 to 17. So many of you would ask me, sir, why is the item number begins at number 15, not number 1 to 40? Because this is not a 1 to 40 set item of an examination. This is actually a compilation of the easy category of all the reading tests that we have in the branch. So for number 15, the question here is that oil sometimes blows out. So this will be our keyword, which in this case, I didn't just underline, I encircled it, of a drilling hole because. Now, your answer here is not letter A, B, C. Rather, it is letter D. Why? Because according to paragraph number 2, line number 3, andito yung excerpt ng mismong paragraph na yun, okay? Oil often exists in the subsurface. So when you say subsurface, in letter D, under the ground. Take a look at this. Under the ground and then subsurface at great pressure, under pressure. So the reason why oil blows out of a drilling hole is because there is a great pressure that exists under the ground. And where can we find the answer? In the second paragraph, third line. All right. Second paragraph, third line. This is where you can find the answer to complete this phrase. Okay. And if you get the whole context of this, you will get letter D as an answer. So that is exactly how you should answer your questions for this type of reading test. So our answer is letter D because of that. So we will proceed now to your next question. Guys, if you have any question, feel free to raise your hand. Feel free to unmute yourself so that I will be able to discuss those questions that you have, if you have any. So, sudden high pressures. So that is the cause. Now we will find out about the effect. So, high pressure. And then here is high pressure. Sir, what about the sudden? Okay, we have here the unexpected. Unexpected and sudden are synonymous with one another. So where can the answer be found? It is on the second paragraph. So when there is a high pressure and it gusts suddenly, what happens here is that a complex system of metal clamps and shutters are used so that we can seal this hole. And where is that? Among all the choices, letter B completes the phrase. Sudden high pressures can be controlled using metal clamps and shutters. So another very important note is that you begin by getting the keywords from the question. You find out exactly where you can get the answer from, and that is in paragraph 2, line number 9. And then as you read completely, you will get the idea, and then you will then try letter A, B, C, or D, which is the closest answer to the entire thing. If you put this cause together, A, is it near what's the context of paragraph 2, line number 9? Therefore, our answer for number 16 is letter B, or boy. So for item number 15, we got letter D. For item number 16, your answer is letter B, boy. Now, for number 17, This is only 3 items, okay? So for this part, since offshore drilling began in Australia in 1965, so it's so easy. First of all, you need to look for where you can see the word Australia together with 1965. And you don't have to look very far because right at the bottom of paragraph 2, line number 9, where we got the answer from 16, you will see on the line 13 both the word Australia and 1965, exactly what we are looking for. All right. So since offshore drilling began in Australia in 1965, so looking at the word since, this is another cause. What happens here? All right. There has not been a single blowout of oil. Okay. Okay. So there were no more reports of oil blowouts since 1965 when the offshore drilling began in Australia. So I am looking at letter A, B, C, and D, and there seem to be no answer that correlates to the options. But if I read letter C, most gas blowouts were rapidly controlled. Now, if you will continue reading on the line number 13 of paragraph 2, okay, 6 gas blowouts occurred during that time, 5 in Bass Strait and 1 in the Timor Sea. The Bass Strait blowouts were all controlled relatively quickly. So you have the blowouts. Here is the blowouts for C. And then you have the controlled, quickly, controlled rapidly. So letter C is our answer for number 17. So number 17, letter C is our answer. And that is how we got our answer for number 17. So for my participants today, Nins, Aubrey, Sheena, Nico, Jonelyn, and Almira, I hope that you guys acquired all those 3 answers correctly. So once again, feel free to check your test booklet. When I refer to, for example, paragraph 2 of this passage, check it out so that you may be able to understand in relation to your answer why we got to this particular assumption that this is the proper answer for this type of question. So we're done with number 15, 16, 17. Now we're going to proceed with items number 18 to 20. So this is a table completion, but this is not a very difficult question. Okay, so how much oil was spilled? This is the question, all right? Take a look at this. How much oil was spilled in the largest accident on offshore facilities? So I'm going to open my own version of the easy reading number 1. I will be checking myself, all right, in this item number 18. Okay, I'm going to zoom in. All right, so question number 18 here. The question, how much oil was spilled in the largest accident on offshore facilities? So this is the question exactly. Now, why I looked at the question that I have here on my phone, there is an instruction and it says, write no more than 3 words. So it means that if I am going to look, take a look at this. If I'm going to look at number 18, okay, we're talking about the how much oil was spilled in the largest accident on offshore facilities. Take a look at that. This is very easy. Largest single spill in kiloliters. All right. Now, it is between 10 kiloliters and 63 barrels. Take a look at that. It is between 10 kiloliters and 63 barrels. Now, you will be asking yourself, which one between the two will be my answer? So first, if you answer 10 only, that is wrong. 10 what? 10 persons, 10 pillows, 10 cups, 10 children. So there should be a unit of measurement. Now, kiloliters will be the unit of measurement for 10. And look at the spelling. This is how kiloliters should be spelled. All right. Now, if you want to be safe and answer 63 barrels, that's fine. But you cannot answer all because take a look at this. 10 is considered a word because it's a unit of measurement. So you have the number and the unit of measurement. So 2 units. So 1, 10, 2 kiloliters, and then 63, and then barrel. So no slashes, no ors in your answer. So that is something that you should avoid. So your answer for number 18 is either, so between 10 kiloliters and 63 barrels. So you have to be the one to pick which one is your answer. So if your answer is 10 kiloliters, you are correct. If your answer is 63 barrels, you are also correct. So it's either, not both, not with slash, not or, not with and. Okay? Guys, as you have questions during my discussion, and if you are having tough time raising your hand and muting yourself, you can send a chat. Okay? I will be making sure to look at our chat so that I may be able to respond to any of your concerns. So number 18, the answer is 10 kiloliters, 63 barrels. Now, you have number 19, okay? How many incidents were the result of blowouts? Take a look at that. It's an easy one, all right? How many incidents were the result of blowouts? So all you have to do is to look at blowout, and it is here. There's no more blowout. If you're going to scan through the entire thing here, there's no more blowout on the table except for this one. And there's a number, 6. That's it, number 6. Can you also write SIX? All right, if you don't want to write the number 6, it's okay. SIX would be fine. Okay, or 6 incidents. That is redundant, but I will also accept that. All right, so number 19 is 6. Now for number 20, according to the table, what was the major cause of spillage of oil? Okay, when you want to know what the major cause is, all you need to do is to look at the largest figure here. So sir, what about total? Well, we're not talking about the total. The question is, out of all the causes of oil spillage, which one contributed the most? The most number here is the platform oil spills. You don't need to change anything. You don't have to use your own words here. You just copy exactly how you see it in the table, and your answer is platform oil spills. If your answer is not platform oil spills, then your answer is incorrect. It's simple as that. All right. Now, for item number 21, we will be categorizing, okay, we'll be categorizing your answer between SK1, if it is a sanitary and kitchen waste which decay. You have SK2, if it is solid sanitary and kitchen waste. You have letter C, if it is cuttings. We have the letter DW, drilling fluid, that is water-based. You have the DO, which is oil-based drilling fluid. And lastly, you have the PW, which is the produced water. So a waste that must not be discharged into the ocean is SK2. All right, this is a waste that you should not dispose into the ocean. If you take a look at SK2, solid sanitary and kitchen waste, that is the phrase that you need to look for. You will find the answer that this is something that you should not discharge. All right. And to complete your item number 22, 23, 24, 25, until 28, this is our answer. Okay, so guys, as you check your work, I will just be getting my book. Okay, I will just be getting my book so that I will be able to use that as my reference and not my phone. Okay, so don't worry. Item 22 to 28, the rationalization for the items 22 to 28 is on my book. That's the reason why I'm getting it. So just give me a second. Okay, guys, I have returned. Okay, so before we rationalize number 22, let us first go back to item number 21. Okay, so the question here is, this waste must not be discharged into the ocean. So we're going to read the 6th paragraph. Okay, so I want everyone to go to the 6th paragraph. So count the number of paragraphs, and on the 6th one, there will be the last sentence, and it says here, all solid waste material must be brought ashore. Okay, all solid waste materials must be brought ashore. So that is SK2, solid waste material. Where can you find solid here? SK2 is specifically solid sanitary and kitchen waste. So you don't have any other thing to refer to solid except SK2. Therefore, number 21, SK2, you do not discharge this waste, you bring this ashore. You carry it with you when you return to the shore. That's what it means. Okay, number 22, this waste may contain heavy metals and toxic additives. So number 22, this waste contains heavy metal and toxic additives. So what will you be looking for is the word additive and toxic. All right, additive and toxic. Unfortunately, I don't have the image with me. So, okay, let me see what I can do. I'm going to get the passage. Okay, I'm going to, okay, if you can give me a minute. This is what I'm watching last night. So easy reading, easy reading, easy reading, easy reading. Okay, this is on my Google Drive. Today's Thursday. Okay, you guys still see my screen, right? Nins, Aubrey, Sheena, Nico, Jos, Celine, and Almira. Do you still see my screen? Okay, their answer is yes. So this is exactly what I am referring to. All right. So we're looking for the keywords additives and toxic. So see, it didn't take me very long. That's it. Some additives are toxic. Small amounts of heavy metals. And what is this? You have the drilling fluid that is water-based. And the drilling fluid that is water-based is the DW. So for item number 22, this is DW. Okay, so easy as that. Now, for item 23, this waste can be used as a food source by marine organism. So we're looking for this waste can be used by marine organisms. All right. And if we will be returning to the paragraph number 6, okay, let me just clear my drawing. Okay. All right. So the question for number 23 is the waste can be used as a food source by marine organism. So we're looking at this putrescible, sanitary, and kitchen waste. So what do you mean by putrescible? So I have here my Google, putrescible, liable to decay, subject to putrefaction. All right. So putrescible, sanitary, and kitchen waste are discharged into the ocean. But take a look at that. But must be processed in accordance with regulations by the federal government. This material is diluted rapidly, take a look at that, and contributes to the local food chain without any risk of nutrient oversupply. So the question is this putrescible sanitary and kitchen waste? When we translate putrescible, that is something that can rot away, which means sanitary, kitchen, and waste which decay. All right. Is it the waste we're looking for that can be a food source for the marine organism? The answer is yes. So for the item number 23, the answer here will be SK1. Okay. I hope that you guys were able to get that as your answer. SK1 number 23. Item number 23, SK1. Ayan, napakalaki ha. Okay, next question, number 24. This waste is produced at only one location in Australian waters. So this is produced by Australian waters. So if we are going to scroll down this part, I think I saw it already. Oil-based drilling fluids. This is where I am going to, okay, there's a chat. Wala po yung topic sa screen. Jocelyn, what do you mean wala yung topic sa screen? Jocelyn? Aubrey, do you have a question? Aubrey, do you have a question?
Wala po, sir. Hindi lang po
Jocelyn, can you unmute your mic? Okay, according to Jocelyn, she is not seeing my presentation. But, okay, Aubrey doesn't see the presentation as well. Okay, I will be stop sharing. Okay, and then I will be sharing the screen again. Let me know, guys, if you can see it now, okay? All right, so Aubrey and Jocelyn, do you see my paragraph now? Do you see the screen that I'm sharing with you? Okay, Jocelyn gave a thumbs up. That means I think she's okay with the presentation now. So, okay, question number 24. Let me read the question for number 24. This waste is produced at only one location in Australian waters. All right, at only one location in Australian waters. So this is where we can find the answer. Oil-based drilling fluids. I want to highlight this one. I will be changing the color. Oil-based drilling fluids have more toxic component and discharge to the marine environment is more significant. However, they are used only rarely in Australia. Tingnan nyo to. And the impact remains relatively local. At Woodside's North Rankin fluids, the discharge is diluted 2,000-fold within 1 kilometer down current and undetectable beyond 200 meters either side. So if that is oil-based drilling fluid, what letters are we going to use? DO. D for drilling, O for oil-based. Therefore, in number 24, the answer is DO. Okay, next question, 25. 25. The question here, this waste consists of solid, which are usually deposited on the ocean floor near the drilling rig. So I'm looking for the words solids, ocean floor, and drilling rig. I'm looking for those phrases specifically for item number 25. Okay, and that will be on paragraph number 7. It's so easy to pick this one up. Okay, the cuttings are sieved out of the drilling fluid and usually discharged into the ocean. That's all you need to know, that the answer for item number 25 is cuttings, and cuttings is represented by letter C. So the answer for 25 is letter C, cuttings. Okay. Now, next question 26. This waste may sometimes cause problem due to the petroleum content. So I'm looking for a waste that contains petroleum. All right. I'm looking for a waste that has a petroleum content for item number 26 on the 10th paragraph. So if this oil-based will be our 9th paragraph, this one is our 7th paragraph. On the 10th paragraph, which is in this part, okay, I'm going to zoom in. All right, I'll be zooming in. All right. In the event of the discovery, the presence of permanent production facility, and the discharge of produced water are additional concerns. Produced water is the water associated with the oil or gas deposit and typically contains some petroleum. If you are going to look for the word petroleum, this is the only place where you can find petroleum, and that is produced water. What letter is our produced water? Once again, produced water is PW. So the answer for item number 26 is none other than PW. The produced water is the one that contains petroleum. All right, so let me just clear my drawings. Guys, if you have any concern, remember you can send a message. You can unmute yourself so that I will be able to do something regarding your problem. So next one is item number 27. The waste consists of substances very slightly poisonous and not poisonous at all to sea life, although substances added to it may be more harmful. So we're looking for this substance. That substance is either poisonous or not, but it becomes more harmful. This is the context. It becomes more harmful if there's an additive to it. Okay, so that is your item number 27. Now, if we're going to return to the 9th paragraph, okay, this is the oil-based. The oil-based will be our 10th paragraph. So the drilling fluid, that will be our 8th paragraph. So if we return to this area, let me just highlight this so that you will be able to see this much better. Okay. All right. Drilling fluid. Okay, that's number 27. All right, is also discharged directly into the ocean. Most of the common constituents of water-based fluids used in Australia have low to nil toxicity to marine organisms. Take a look at that. Low to nil, they do not contain harm at all, or their harm is at low level. But if there are additives, they become toxic. So the answer here is the drilling fluid, which is water-based. So water-based drilling fluid is the one referred in item number 27. And question in number 27 is, what is this substance that if there's no additive, it's harmless, but if there's an additive, it becomes harmful? And that is your drilling fluid, water-based, D for drilling, and then W for water. That's why 27, the answer is none other than DW. Okay, so that is your answer for item number 27. And lastly, number 28, because this waste contains oil, a waste that contains oil, there are very few of them, all right? Its discharge is carefully controlled to protect vulnerable marine ecosystem. So which among the substances that the discharge are being controlled, they are being strictly monitored to protect the life of the marine ecosystem? So now if you have a look at the 10th paragraph again, so we're looking for regulations, we're looking for restrictions. Those are the words that we're looking for. Then basically, I will be starting at this area. Let me use blue. government regulations limit the oil content allowed to be discharged, and the produced water, take a look at that, produced water, once again, produced water is treated on the platforms to meet those specifications. The discharge points are carefully selected to maximize dispersion and dilution and avoid any particularly sensitive local environment. So the reason, okay, take a look at this. The reason why the government regulates the oil content by the produced water is because they are trying to avoid the harmful effects to the local environment. And that's precisely what produced water is. Produced water is treated in the platform. Produced water contains oil, and the produced water is what's the government limit so that it will not harm the marine life. So the answer for item number 28 is PW, which stands for produced water. PW for item number 28. So take a look at that. We're already done with your first passage. So I am just confirming how many passages do we have. So we have Johnson's dictionary, and then we have the nature or nurture, and then the bakelite. So you're recommended to spend about 1 hour and 20 minutes, because for every passage, you should be spending 20 minutes each. So I will be stopping my screen share because I will now go back to the PowerPoint presentation that I have. Let me know, guys, if you can see my screen right now. Okay, this is my screen share now. Okay, so give me a thumbs up, send a message through the chat so that I will know whether you can see my PowerPoint presentation. So Aubrey gave a thumbs up, so I believe that she is able to see my screen. Now, questions 1 to 3. Which 3 of the statements are true of Johnson's dictionary? So Johnson's dictionary, take a look at this. You have the 3. It focused mainly on language from contemporary text, letter D, dog. Then there was a time limit for completion. Okay, they were given time so that it will be completed on time. And it took into account subtleties of meaning. So letter D, letter E, letter G. Number 1, number 2, number 3. That is our answer. So check your work. If your answers are D, dog, E, elephant, G, goat for items 1, 2, and 3, then that means you get all 3 points. But if your answer is, for example, letter G, letter E, letter D, it's okay because you still hit all the letters, but it's important to arrange those letters alphabetically next time and during your exam. So what if my answer is letter C, letter D, letter E? Then you got your letters D and E correctly, while your letter C is incorrect. So you only got 2 points. So that is how the scoring process works here. Okay, now we're done with your items 1 to 3. We shall now proceed with the next one. All right, so this is the part where you can find the answer. So let me just highlight this using a colored highlighter. Perhaps green would be nice for a change. Okay, so this is where you can find the answer for both letters D and E. And this is where you can find the answer for number 3, letter F. So paragraph 6 is where you can find all the answers. Paragraph 6 to be specific, line number 6 for the numbers 1 and 2, and line number 14 for item number 3. Okay, so if you want, you can take a screenshot of this, but I will be uploading this answer key anyway as a PDF. I will be sharing it to you via Google Drive. So after our rationalization, you got this answer key for you. You don't have to take a screenshot. For replay watchers, which I will be saving this one for the future, for future reference, you can take a screenshot of this so that you may be able to compare it later on. So paragraph 6, lines number 6 and 14 respectively is where you can find the answers for numbers 1, 2, and 3, passage Johnson's dictionary. Okay, now let us proceed to number 4. The answer to number 4 can be found on paragraph number 5, line number 5. So it's either your answer is copying clerks, but I will be accepting if your answer is just clerks. So there's no copying, that's fine. It's either copying clerks or clerks, line number 5. You can read the entire thing later, okay? Once I share to you the PDF of this entire presentation. So you don't have to worry much about whether or not you can copy this word for word, okay? So because I'm going to give you a copy of this as well. Now, we're done with number 4, copying clerks or clerks. Number 5, the answer is library. Okay, number 5, the answer is library. Number 6, the answer is stability. Number 7, the answer is pension. So for item number 5, number 6, number 7, starting at number 4, this is actually what we call a summary completion because there is a question here that is already in summary form. Take a look at that. And there are some blanks that you have to fill out. And the words before and after the blanks are the ones that you will use as your clue to get to know what words will best fit in the blank. So take a look at that. Because your answers can be found, one after the other, where we can find them. Paragraph 6, paragraph 7, paragraph 8. They will be in order. So that is another hint for this type of test. So number 5, library. Number 6 is stability. Number 7, pension. Once again, you can read the entire thing. I will be sharing to you later the PDF file of this so that you can read all these parts. King George III to offer him a pension. The work is immense. So that you can read the entire thing. Okay, so 5, library, 6, stability, 7, pension. Number 8, the growing importance of the middle classes led to an increased demand for the dictionary. So let us find out whether this statement is true. According to number 8, there is a growing importance of the middle classes. So this will be my clue word. And I found the exact phrase here, English middle classes, in paragraph 3, line number 3. So yes, the rise of dictionaries is associated with the rise of English middle class. So because there's more middle class people, there's more demand to the dictionary now. So number 8 says the same. Paragraph 3, line number 3 states the same. So the statement is true. Now, number 9, Johnson has become more well-known. Take a look at this, more well-known. The word that we're looking for here is more well-known. Now, if I'm talking about Johnson's popularity, all right, popularity, well-known, or famous in this case, take a look at that. Dr. Samuel Johnson, the very model of an 18th century literary man, as famous as his own time as in ours. So the statement whether Johnson become more famous is not true because according to the passage, Johnson is famous then and his fame, the level of fame that he has back then is still the same as the level of fame that he has now, which is not greater than, it's equivalent. That's why the answer for 9 is false. Number 10. Okay, number 10. Johnson had been planning to write a dictionary for several years. There was no indication whether he has a plan. Okay. Does he have a plan? There was no mention of it. There was no clear implication about this statement. Therefore, our answer is not given because it's difficult to make a generalization about this. Now, did Johnson set up an academy? This is the question, number 11. Did Johnson set up an academy? Johnson Academy. Take a look at this. Johnson decided he did not need an academy. Take a look. 11, need an academy. In paragraph 4, did not need an academy. Opposite, false. So we apply what we learned in your reading major. The answer for 11 is false. Okay, next number. Number 12. Johnson only received payment for his dictionary on its completion. So was it a one-time upfront payment? Well, according to paragraph 4 of line number 19, he was paid 1,575 in installments. So the payment was not only when it was completed, it was given to him in installments. So the answer for number 12 is false. Number 13, not all of his assistants survived to see the publication of the dictionary. Actually, that is true. According to paragraph 5 of line number 9, 6 assistants. The total number of Johnson's assistants were 6. Now, 2 of them died during the preparation pa lang. So it means that not everyone survived. So number 13, not everyone survived. According to paragraph 5, line number 9, not everyone survived. So true. They are very accurate. They reflect one another. Number 13, the answer is true. Now, number 12. Mabalik ako. All right. Number 14, a biological explanation of the teacher subject's behavior. So this is the next passage. It's about the nature or nurture. Okay. Number 14, a biological explanation of the teacher subject behavior. You can see the answer here in paragraph letter F. Okay, teacher subject and then genetic. Those are our keywords. So number 14, the answer is letter F. You can find the answer on line number 2, exactly where you can read this entire phrase. Okay, this one. Okay, if you see this on the second line of paragraph F, you're looking at the right place. Okay, so number 14, the answer is letter F. Now, number 15, an explanation Milgram gave the teacher subjects for the experiment. What is the explanation that Milgram gave? That there's a noble cause of education. Now, the question is, where is that? What paragraph is that? A, on the 5th line of paragraph A. Therefore, number 15, A. A, number 15, number 15, A. Okay. Now, you have number 16, the identity of the pupils. Where can we see the identity of the pupils? Actually, the identity of the pupils in this case is an actor. They are actors hired by the experimenter to stimulate receiving the shocks. And we can find that in paragraph B, specifically on the 6th line. Now, in number 17, the expected statistical outcome. Where can we find the expected statistical outcome? On paragraph D. And it states here on the 4th line, consensus was that virtually all the teacher subjects would refuse to obey the experimenter. So that is the outcome. So number 16, letter B. Number 17, letter D, dog. 16, B, boy. 17, D, dog. All right, we may now move on to number 18, the general aim of the socio-biological study. That's it. That is for socio-biological study, and you have the social biology here, letter I. Okay, paragraph I is where you can look the answer for, particularly on the 7th line. Number 19, the way Milgram persuaded the teacher subjects to continue. Look at this. Milgram calmly explained that the teacher subject was to ignore the pupil's cries for mercy and carry on with the experiment. So they calmly explained, they persuaded, ignored the pupil's cry for mercy and continue on the experiment. Where can we see that? Letter C on the 5th line. Okay, so we can all agree that this is a very brutal way. Imagine, the experimenter says that every incorrect point, kukuryentehin daw kayong mga students ni Sir Kevin. So, nakakailang kuryente na kung mangyayari yun. Aubrey, Mins, Sheena, Nico, Jocelyn, tsaka Almira. Di ba? Kung bawat pagkakamali sa reading, kuryente. O ano pa matitira sa points nyo? Alright. Joke lang. So, let us proceed to number, okay, 18, letter I, 19, letter C. Number 20, the teacher subjects were told that they were testing whether punishment helps in learning. Paragraph A po makikita ang sagot. So the answer is letter B, and was designed to test whether or not punishing pupils for their mistakes would have a positive side effect on the pupil's ability to learn. So the answer for number 20 is letter B, none other than letter B. Okay, so we shall proceed with number 21. The teacher subjects were instructed to what? They were instructed to give punishment according to the rule. All right, they were instructed to give punishment according to the rule. They were instructed to give punishment according to the rule. And you can find the answer on paragraph B, line number 3. If you want to read the entire thing, later you have your chance. Okay? So the teacher subject was told that whenever the pupil gave the wrong answer to the question, a shock was to be administered, beginning with the lowest level and increasing in severity with each successive wrong answer. So letter D, dog, is our answer for number 21. Number 22, before the experiment took place, the psychiatrist, letter C, the psychiatrist underestimated the teacher subject's willingness to comply with the experimental procedure. So where can we find the answer for 22? Specifically in the 5th line of paragraph letter D. Therefore, letter C is our answer. C is our answer for number 22. Okay, so number 23, several of the subjects were psychology students at the Yale University. Actually, it was not mentioned. All right, several of the subjects, they were not mentioned. There was one mention that it was an actor hired by Milgram, but that was the one administering the shocks and not the test subjects. So we don't know much about who are they. We only know about one person, and that is an actor. So there was no mention of it. It's difficult to make a conclusion about who they were, whether they were indeed psychology students. So not given. Number 24, the answer is true according to paragraph 5. Sorry, paragraph F, line number 5. So some people may believe that the teacher subject's behavior could be explained as a positive survival mechanism. Yes, survival value to our ancestors in their struggle against the hardships of life. So number 23, not given. Number 24, true. Okay. Number 25, in a sociological explanation, personal values are more powerful than authority. So we will be understanding this much further, okay? According to paragraph H, second line, surrendering individual properties, take a look at that, like loyalty, self-sacrifice, and discipline to the service of malevolent systems of authority. So the question here is that whether in a sociological explanation, the personal values are more powerful than authority. Actually, they are not more powerful because people are willing to surrender loyalty, self-sacrifice, and discipline to the service of authority, which means authority is above those personal values. That is why the answer for number 25 is false. So number 25, the answer is false. Okay, number 26. All right, Milgram's experiment solves an important question in social biology. Actually, we can all agree that there was no question answered by Milgram. There's no important question in social biology that was aimed at in the first place. So the problem for biologists, psychologists, and anthropologists is to sort out which of these two polar explanation is more plausible. So here's the explanation. You can find the explanation on paragraph I, line number 3. The problem in social biology is very general. It has not been solved yet, and it is still a problem modern social biology needs to solve. So did Milgram solve something? No, because a problem still exists. The existence of problem means that it still has not been solved. So that is the explanation why in number 26, the answer is false. So I would like to ask a question, Aubrey, Nins, Sheena, Nico, Jocelyn, and Elmira. Do you have any concerns regarding this passage, the nature or nurture? Do you want something for me to repeat, to explain more? Am I going too fast or anything? Let me know. Comments? Let me know on our chat. Okay, I'm looking at it right now. Do you guys have any questions? Please answer me. Yes or no? Nakatulog na yung mga estudyante ko. All right, looking at the chat, Jocelyn said wala siyang question. Aubrey said none, including Sheena, Nins, and Elmira. So you guys have no questions. Let me continue with the last part, which is bakelite. Oh, well, you know, this one is easier compared to the previous one. So question number one. Question number one. Some plastics behave in similar ways to candle wax. So the answer here is candle wax. Take a look. If I'm going to read the entire thing from paragraph 2, line 4, some are thermoplastic, which means that like candle wax, they melt when they heat. They melt when heated. So thermoplastic like candle wax. So that is what component or thing similar to plastic. So that is our clue. Number one, candle wax. Guys, be careful. For items number 1, 2, and 3, you can only write one word. So I will not be accepting any multiple word answers here, okay? So number 2, okay, if I'm going to continue on reading the paragraph here, bakelite was unique because it was the first material to be both entirely blank in origin and thermosetting. So if it's thermosetting is already given. So what else do I need to find out? Synthetic. Thermosetting is already given. And if you read paragraph 2, line number 6, take a look at that. Paragraph 2, line number 6, first, totally synthetic thermosetting plastic. So you have thermosetting already. It is given before the blank. So what is the other adjective that you're looking for? None other than synthetic. So number 2, synthetic. Number 3, chemistry. So if I'm going to read question number 3, field of blank. Field of blank, domain of. Domain of what? Chemistry. So chemistry completes the phrase for item number 3. Number 1, candle wax, one word. Number 2, synthetic. Number 3, chemistry. So 1, candle wax. 2, synthetic. Number 3, chemistry. Okay. So let me just clear my drawings. We shall proceed to the next step, number 5. Okay, so we have here something like this. Okay, so it begins with phenol and then formaldehyde, which will then be combined under vacuum, and it will produce a stage 1 resin. And what is this stage 1 resin? So again, I'm looking at stage 1 resin, and that stage 1 resin can be found in paragraph number 5. Specifically, Novalac. So the stage 1 resin is called Novalac. Next, cool until hardened, this Novalac, and then break up and grind into powder. And then we will be adding something. We will be adding catalysts. We will be adding examples of cotton and asbestos. So if you have cotton and asbestos, but wood flour is not included, so the general term is fillers. So number 5, fillers. Number 6, hexa, a compound of ammonia and formaldehyde. Number 7, raw bakelite. And number 8, pressure. Heat is already given. Okay, pour into the mold, apply intense heat, and apply intense heat and pressure. So because heat is already there, pressure is the one that's missing. So let us round them up. Number 4, the answer is Novalac. Number 5, fillers. Number 6, hexa. 7, raw. 8, pressure. So you can find all the answers. Surprisingly, guys, take a look at this. All the answer can be found on paragraph number 5. So if you just stayed with paragraph number 5, you hit the jackpot. You hit everything. Paragraph 5 is where you can find all the answers for numbers 4 to 8. So, laki-laki din yun. All right. Now, you have 9 and 10, which two of the following factor influencing design of bakelite objects are mentioned in the text. So, number 9, 2 of the factors. Letter B factor, the C's with which the resin could fill the mold. And C, the facility with which the object could be removed from the mold. So letter B, letter C. So where is the answer, sir? Where can I find the answer for number 9 and 10? So you can find the answer to number 9 and 10 specifically in paragraph 6, line number 2. So this is the excerpt of paragraph 6, line number 2. You don't have to put that much pressure on you where to find it. This is exactly here. So all you need to do is to look for paragraph 6, count 2 lines, and then starting from that line, that's where the answer can be found. Okay, number 9 and 10, letter B, letter C. Sir, pwede po bang C tapos B? Okay lang. Sir, paano ang sagot ko A at saka B? Mali yung A, tama ang B. Alright, so but the answer once again is letter B and letter C. Next, number 11, modern day plastic preparation. Alright. Modern day plastic preparation is based on the same principle, based on the same principles as that patented in 1907. All right. Okay, the answer is true. Take a look at this. On 13 July 1907, Bakeland took out his famous patent describing the preparation. The essential features, take a look, same principles, which are still in use today. So the question here, number 11, all right, there's a question in the chat. Oh, there's a question. Aubrey's question is, sir, paano pag sa true or false, T and F lang sinagot? Mali po ba yun? Actually, Aubrey, unfortunately, that will be the case. According to our rule, take a look. In the boxes, 11 to 13 on your answer sheet, write true if the statement is accurate, agrees with the information, false if the statement contradicts, and then not given if there's no information on this. So if you only wrote TF, this will serve as a lesson for you because you need to follow the instruction specifically. So, but you know, Aubrey, we can forgive you tomorrow because we still have easy reading too. So later you can correct whatever errors you made today. So unfortunately, hindi kita pagbibigyan kasi baka hindi matama yung iyong preparation sa test. So this is also for your own good. So number 11, the answer is true. So tatagalugin ko to ha para malinaw sa inyo. Ang sabi sa 11, yun daw preparation sa plastic na modern ay kaparehas lang ng principles na pinatent noong 1907. Ang sabi doon sa paragraph 4, line number 12, yung essential feature na magpe-prepare ng plastic ay ginagamit pa rin natin in today's use since 1907 pa. So modern day plastic, the way how it is produced is still similar as how it was invented in 1907. So therefore, the answer for number 11 is true. Okay, number 12, the answer is false. Bakelite was immediately welcomed. No, actually, it was not immediately welcome. Kasi ang sabi doon sa paragraph 7, line number 1, treated with disdain in the early years. Sabi ng disdain, kamuhian, parang gano'n. So, hindi siya ginusto, hindi siya nagustuhan, hindi siya pinili. Ayan, ako mga hindi pinili. Alright. So, treated with disdain, compare it with immediately welcomed. So, they're not similar. Therefore, false is our answer. Now, in number 13, Bakelite was only available in a limited range of schools. Actually, hindi lang naman siya sa school. Tingnan nyo ha, consumers everywhere relish its dazzling array of shades. So it's not just available in schools, it's available and it is relished by consumers in school? No, everywhere. Only in a limited range? No, in a dazzling array of shades. So the answer for 12 and 13 are false. So people, check your answer. All right, I will be converting this into a PDF file so that you may be able to get the copy of the rationalization. And that will be the end of our rationalization video for easy reading today. So thank you for participating, Sheena, Aubrey, Almira, Jocelyn, and Nins. So this is what will happen for your easy reading 2. I want you to answer your GT reading 2 now, because tomorrow the rationalization video for easy reading 2 will be at 10 o'clock in the morning, Philippine Standard Time. The Zoom meeting link will be posted between 9 and 9:30 a.m. So Aubrey, Nins, Sheena, Almira, Jocelyn, and myself. All right, so I will be expecting all of you guys to participate to tomorrow's class. Konti na lang, magbabakasyon na tayo. Ano? So, I want you to finish your easy reading 2 so that tomorrow you will be able to attend my easy reading 2 rationalization at 10 a.m. So see you guys tomorrow. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me right now. Sheena, Aubrey, Almira, Jocelyn, and Nins, do you have any questions? Napakatahimik nyo naman, guys. Ano? Salita naman kayo. None for today. So thank you for sending a message. Okay. Thank you. So everyone, that is the end. Have a nice afternoon. Finish your easy reading 2. God bless and good luck. Bye-bye.